Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with the first layout using the March kit. And I'm showing you some of the products that I might be using. There's a lot of papers from Crate Paper. There's some from the Confetti line, I believe it's called. And the other one is the Craft Market. So as I use them, I'll just mention them. So the first one is I'm going to use as the background. It's those awesome chevron. It comes in aqua and black, and the back side is sort of a parquet flooring. And this is from Crate Paper Craft Market, and that is my favorite pattern paper in this kit for sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the dabber that came in the color add-on, and it's a beautiful blue, and it's that new color that Tim Holtz put out. He's putting out a new color every month, and this was the January color, and it's called Cracked Pistachio. So I put it on a stamping block, and now I'm just adding some water. The paint is quite fluid, but I wanted it even more like transparent because what I wanted to do was I wanted to color some of the chevrons. So at the very top of the layout, I'm going to color two of the chevrons out of there's 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to color the top chevron and the bottom chevron. So I'm going to leave the middle one sort of white. And then the middle one, I'm just going to color one of them, and so on and so forth. So I color different ones in each of the chevrons, I guess. So while I'm doing that, I just want to say I gave a shout out on a few days ago, and it was Modern Day Memory Keeper. And since then, she's like, my video was going up the next day or whatever, and she changed her name. So it's Whitney, that's her real name, but she changed her YouTube name to Modern brackets Wit, WHIT. So if you want to go check her out, I'm going to put it in the description of that video, what her real name is on YouTube, because she changed it. I couldn't believe it. It was like, I just gave her a shout out and she changed her name. So I'll leave you with that. Go check her out. And then for today, I'm going to give a shout out to two more YouTube makers, I guess, scrapbook makers. Tori Bissell, and it's Bissel, and her first name is Tori, Tori Bissell. And the other one is Kelly Barron, or Barron, I think it's Barron. It's Barron. And so go check them out. Awesome videos, and they put out quite a few videos. Some of these that I tell you about, they're really new, like they're in their teens of videos, so really brand new YouTube makers or scrapbook video makers. And but I want this community to grow, so I love to give shout outs to all the new people. I love watching them, and it's an inspiration to see I want the scrapbooking community to grow, because there's so many stores that are closing up, and it just kind of freaks me out a little bit. I don't want scrapbooking to sort of go away. I want it to stay. So anyway, so that's my shout out for this video. And so I just finished doing all the little chevrons, and I love that. It just gives it that pop of color, and I wanted to keep it sort of not too many colors in the background, because I knew that I was going to use a lot of different patterns. And usually I just pick a couple of patterns and I go with it. But I'd been working with scraps for so long, with the February kit, that it was kind of hard for me to jump into full sheets. So the first one with the little triangles is Crate Paper Confetti. Oh, I love it. It has a pink chevron on one side and triangles on the other. Now the one I'm doing right now with the pink one with the let me see if I can find it. Yes, with the pink on pink with the writing on it, and the other side is sort of a coral. That is from We Are Memory Keepers and the Love Note collection. The flowers, let me see if I can find that. And it has triangles on the other side, and it's from Crate Paper Craft Market. And what else did I use? One of them is the backing of a what do you call it? It was embellishments, and it had some pink flowers as part of the sort of the background for that embellishment package, and I used that. And I think that's it, because when I flipped it over, it ended up giving me, quite a bit of A and B side, and then I doubled on some of those because I didn't want to cut into the pattern paper too much. And usually what I do, and you're going to see that it's missing this time, is I do a video on how I paired up the pattern papers, and then I put embellishments and so on and so forth. Sometimes I get a little bored with sort of the process that I do, so I try to change it up. So this month I'm going to change it up, and I'm going to do a video to show you what I'm going to do to kind of change that up. So be watching for that video. It'll be after this video probably that it goes up, because I'm just going to do it today. And so this month I'm going to change it up. So now I'm using the distressed ink in the black soot from Ranger, and I'm just inking all the edges, and then I'm going to add more of that cracked pistachio on that stamping block. And now I'm going to color that pattern paper with the flowers on it. I just wanted, because it was just sort of cream and black, I wanted some pop of color in there. So I'm going to use the cracked pistachio, and then I'm going to use the paint dabber that we got in last month's kit, in the February kit. And that's what I love with these color add-ons, is that I keep bringing them forward. And plus it gets me to use some products that maybe I have in my stash and I haven't used it yet. And then all of a sudden I start grabbing the stuff from my stash and using it more. And I love that. And I can't remember if I mentioned it, but this layout took me 51 minutes to complete. So fairly quick. And at first I was going to try to put those pictures of my daughter in the center like that. And then I just said, no, I just go with the whole grid. A few months back, I had done a layout with squares, and I had put it side by side, and I kind of had done all around the photo, and I had put the photo in the middle. And back then I thought, it'd be fun to do squares, just kind of 9 squares, and kind of do a grid that way, because I love doing grids. And I hadn't done it yet, so I thought, even though I didn't have scraps, I just made my own scraps. And I went with it. Now, like I said, the two pictures are together, and what I did was, on my pick frame app, there's a place that you can put text on the photo, directly on the photo or above, and I decided to do above, and I'm glad I did, because what I end up doing is I end up cutting that apart, and then I end up using that little strip as part of my title. And on the photo right now, I had put volunteers on days off. And this is a picture of my daughter, and she, I'm going to say worked at Target, because all the Targets closed here in Canada. And I think her last day was yesterday, because they close on April 10th, which is in 2 days. But she's at a competition in Niagara Falls with her girls that she coaches. She no longer is on cheerleading team, but she coaches she has a team that she coaches. So they are gone to a competition. So she's done. What they had was, through her work, they encouraged their employees to volunteer at the SPCA. So on her days off, once in a while, she would go and walk the dogs there. And that child, and I mean, I felt bad saying that, but I said, you can't overstretch yourself. I know you want to do it all, but you can't do it all, because She worked full-time at Target. She worked part-time at Foot Locker, and part-time sometimes meant 25 hours. So to me, that's almost 2 full-time jobs there. And then she coaches like 12 to 15 hours a week. So the kid was, and when I say days off, it just meant that it was her usually a morning off because she worked at her second job that night, or she coached or whatever. So, and I just didn't want her to burn herself out. I know she's young and she's full of energy and she wants to do it all, but man, take some days to feel like you're bored too. And but they're young, they want to do it all. So this is where I decide, you know what, I think I want to do 9 squares, and then I'm going to cut the pictures apart, and I'm going to put the 2 pictures on 2 different squares, and then I'm going to treat each little square like they're a little layout, almost like a Project Life layout. And talking about Project Life, this week, and today's April 8th, can't say I caught up because we're April, and I caught up though on doing February. So I did the whole month of February, and I ended up doing 5 pages. So the first week I ended up getting 2 pages for the first week, and then the other weeks I didn't have as many pictures. So I did 1 page per week. So for the whole month of February, I ended up doing 5 pages. So that's going to be 4 videos, because the first week is going to be 1 video, and then so be looking out for that if you're a Project Life lover and you do Project Life. And my next days off, then I'll start with March. Okay, so it's been a few hours since I stopped and had to restart again to finish the voiceover. What happened was I looked and it was like, oh, the video's almost done, but the page is not almost done. So I had forgotten to upload a couple of videos to add to this. So this layout actually took an hour and 11 minutes to make instead of 51 minutes, or maybe an hour and 16 minutes, because I had 2 footage to put up, one of 5 and one of 20. So that's why it seemed like it was so short. I thought it was kind of strange, because usually the first few layouts, it's always above an hour. So now, I've got the 9 squares, and so I went and chose some embellishments. And like I said, usually I sit down at the very beginning after I've put all the kit together. Usually I'm still working on the month before, and I choose some pictures, and I choose the pictures and the pattern papers and the embellishments and all that. This month I didn't do that because in March I went back to work, and so I was just doing good, just keeping up with February. So, but sometimes I like to change it up too. So this month I'm going to do something a little different, and as soon as I'm done this voiceover, I'm going to start and just kind of show you quickly what I'm going to do that's going to be a little different. Instead of picking out all the pattern papers and all this stuff, I'm just going to do a little different. But back to this layout, I decide, like I said, I cut the picture in 2, so I made 2 small, 2 and maybe 2.5 pictures. And then I had, on my pick frame app, I had added some words, so I cut them off, and it's going to be part of my title. So from the photo, I cut off volunteers on days off, and on that middle square in the middle square in the middle, the square on the right side in the middle, that's where I'm going to do my title, and I'm going to use some of the letters that came in the kit, some tiny letters and some thickers. So the top square, I'm going to use a circle, a paper clip that came in either the kit or the add-on, some enamel dots, and some puffy stickers. Now, if you want to see, I'm going to have in the playlist the haul video for the March kit, so you can see everything that I'm using. But there's a lot of stuff from the Print Fresh Studio collection that I not necessarily use on this page, but that are in this March kit. There's some stuff from Ellie Studio, My Mind's Eye, Simple Stories, Freckle Fawn, some exclusive stuff, and what is it? My Mind's Eye on Trend for the photo overlays. So a whole bunch of stuff, and I think the die cuts are from Pink Fresh Studio with the gold foil. And then, there's a whole bunch of enamel dots and that kind of stuff. And I have to say, I did get the main kit, the embellishment kit, the color add-on I didn't get because I already had the paint, the cracked pistachio, I already had that, and I had a template. So I would have been getting doubles. But I had a lot of stuff in my stash, so I'm going to be using it with this kit. And like those sticker there, they're from Crate Paper Craft Market. I absolutely love them. I can tell that I'm going to be using them a lot. I think that came, and I got the Project Life add-on too, which I've already done 2 Project Life pages with it. And that's probably the only ones that I'll be making because I don't have many 4x6 or 3x4 cards. So those I'll be using in my scrapbook layouts. And then all the embellishments, I can use them on my regular scrapbooks, and I'm okay with that. I love using all different kinds of stuff, and it just adds more embellishments so that I can get more pages done. Lately, because we've had the 6x6 pattern paper pads with the kits, I've been getting so many layouts. The last 2 kits, I got 16 layouts done. So we'll see how many pages I get done with this kit. And I've already got 3, 1 12x12 and 2 Project Life. And I'm going to be starting the 4th page today. And I'm hoping it would be awesome if I could get most of the pages done before I get my April kit in, which I doubt it's going to happen because I'm going back to work tomorrow, and then I'm working 4 night shifts, and then I have 2 days off, and then I'm working 5 shifts. So I probably won't have too much time in the next 2 weeks to get anything done because I'm going to be working a lot. So I finished that first square at the top, and basically what I do is at the beginning, sort of like what you do for Project Life, or like how I like to do Project Life, I put out all the cards. So here it's the 3x3 squares. Then I start putting embellishments on it all over, and then you can get a good idea of how things are going to look. Then I glue it down, and then I bring in the itty bitty stuff, like the small stuff. So then, your little wood veneers and your stickers and your like the puffy stickers there, and the enamel dots, all the finishing touches. And I love that. I love adding those finishing touches. So the puffy stickers are from the Craft Market collection from Crate Paper, and also the word stickers, the gold on white and then black on craft. They're also from Crate Paper Craft Market. Absolutely love those. The blue little stickers that I'm going to do part of my tile that I'm using right now are from Alison Craft, Webster's Pages. Love those stickers. And between this and my Project Life, I have used a ton. I do have a sheet in my stash, so if I run out, I can always use that one, which I have used quite a bit out of that one too. I love those little tiny stickers to make more than one page, more than one font for your title. I love that. And that's it. That's going to finish off the layout. So there's going to be quite a few close-up pictures because there's 9 little squares. So I made sure that there was a picture of each little square and their embellishment cluster so that you could see how I ended up adding the die cuts. And what I did was a lot of them, I made sure that it overlapped more than one square, if that makes any sense. And on a lot of the squares, I made sure that the elements are kind of tucking out of it or coming out of it so that it kind of makes it that it's more part of the whole layout so that it looks like it's one element but 9 squares separate, if that makes any sense. And I love adding those little stickers on top of the hearts. So that's going to finish the layout. So I hope everyone is having a nice scrappy week. So thanks for watching. Bye.